Quest 3 and 3S dropped a feature we've told you about a few times now called Hyperscape. If you don't know what this is, you do a room scan of your room with your headset in a matter of minutes, but then that is uploaded and processed through Meta's servers. It can take between 1 to 8 hours, but it recreates with really good looking photorealism your own environments around you. Whether you're doing this in your home, in some kind of a shop, the examples are wildly realistic of what it can actually recreate from the headset. And the room around you, the little details, the things you can walk up and look at, and now they are adding the ability to bring other people into that space with you. And this might sound simple, a pretty mind-blowing thing to think about. This means if you're across the world from someone who's never gotten to come see your home, you want to show your parents your new place, you can recreate it in VR, toss a headset on, they will appear in their Meta avatar inside your house with you. And this is the closest thing we have to that real-life teleportation that was talked about years ago by Vario. They were talking about being able to do this in real time. Of course, this Hyperscape, you do have to scan it, you have to wait for it to process, but even just doing this so far, a lot of you have reported back who have also tried it. It is a mind-blowing feature to see your real-life space recreated. This could even be something for interior decorators to decorate all around the world. You could scan your home, they could put on a headset, they can teleport basically into your home with you, walk it with you, look at it, and help you change things. Of course, in some way, this does have to be used with Horizon Worlds, so now instead of just doing Hyperscape, it basically creates a Hyperscape world, but this gives you the option, like for us, having a public studio or something you want to share with other people, you can share it from real life now instead of having to painstakingly recreate it in Horizon Worlds or something else. Similar to how some of you out there actually recreated real life locations from our old studios and we got to go hang out with them in Rec Room together. You could do that now just with walking your headset around a room. Up to 8 people can now show up in this, and it takes me back to years ago when there was COVID lockdowns. I couldn't go see my parents, and so for their birthday, we actually got into Rec Room together and had a little Rec Room birthday pizza party, played charades together. Now in this situation, I could scan my real living room and my parents could appear in that living room in their avatars and hang out with me there. It's an absolutely wild update, and if you haven't tried Hyperscape already, you have got to get in and check this out. Some people are concerned, obviously you are scanning your real environment that is getting processed through Meta's server, so there is data concerns, but even if you don't want to do something like that and you want to try this with your headset, go to a public location, go outside. It's wild how realistic and how detailed this looks, and it really shows you what the headset is capable of, and now you can bring other people with you. In case you missed the video, we finally got the long-awaited PIMAX Crystal Super here. We got a full video checking that out on the channel. I'll leave a link at the end of the video in case you want to watch that, but it feels like I finally have that PCVR only headset I've been talking about for years here on the channel, wishing I had again after I've missed my Rift S. A cool headset with a neat program they have where if you already have a VR headset, you can actually tell them what headset you have, you apply, and then they give you a discount on it, but you still get to keep your old headset. I thought for a long time that was a trade-in program, but no, they just want people to also have PCVR headsets. It's a cool idea. For those of you who did miss it, I'm digging the headset. It's actually inspired me to get back into more PCVR again, which I haven't been doing much lately. It is heavy. The controller tracking is not great for things like Beat Saber, but overall that fidelity, if you got a graphics card that can do it, it's really cool. Definitely check out the full video. I'll leave some links in the description down below. Thanks to them to continuing to fill that high-end spot sponsoring this week's news. I've been excitedly playing around with my new PIMAX headset, but big news that we dropped last week, Steam Frame, finally Valve coming back with another headset. If you missed that initial news video, basically Steam is dropping their new VR headset. This is a fully wireless, standalone capable, but also gives you a dongle to attach it to your PC for the best, at least promised, best wireless PC VR experience. But the thing even has a Snapdragon 8, so it can play games on itself without being attached to a PC. Well, more and more details are coming out about this headset now, but early reports talking about the Steam Frame are very impressed with its modular design, the strap being soft and having less components in the back, meaning you can really lay back and enjoy using it. But other publications talking about how the headset breaks down really small with this soft style strap that you can use, and it just slips into the front, even be doubling as like a lens cover for it, making it easy to travel and take anywhere with you. But so far the reactions have been pretty mixed, with people saying they thought it was going to be more like an Index 2, others bringing up the black and white pass-through, the fact that the resolution isn't much different than a Quest 3, and a lot of people were expecting whatever Valve had coming out next to be a follow-up to the Index, which felt like the highest end headset at the time, and questions being brought up that has Meta influenced this Steam Frame too much? Are they trying to make it too cheap, too approachable, too easy? But if they are doing those things, is it actually a good thing? So with that, I turn the question over to you. What do you think? Did you want a better Valve Index round 2? Did you want something with the highest possible OLED screens and resolution? Or is the fact that this thing just seems to be making the promise of being really convenient and good enough VR, does that make it worth it? With the holidays already in force and going strong, it feels like it's time to give some things back, and we already have a Quest 3 giveaway going on that a bunch of you have entered out there. But with that, FitXR also want to team up and give away another Quest 3 for the holiday season. So there's a new giveaway from FitXR. Go check them out. If you don't know about what we've been doing over there, we've been doing workouts. I haven't missed a day in like 8 weeks now. Started at the beginning of the summer, I've lost about 30 pounds. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling more energetic and alive. But that means right now there's 2 Quest 3s up for giveaway. Having a cat in your hands when you're doing all this just makes it a little harder. So there will be links down below. Get in, enter our Quest 3 giveaway, enter the FitXR one. It's exciting to be giving these back, and these aren't 3Ss, these are the 3s, which is what you all have said you prefer, you want, and way more of you enter them when they're 3s. But once again, that's a thank you to all of you. We're at 109,000, we're approaching 110,000 subscribers. It's absolutely crazy to say. We've got the buttons to show for it in the background, thanks to all of you out there, so thank you once again. But if you're wanting to go buy a headset, we might be seeing the best price we've ever seen on the Quest 3S. You do have to have a Costco membership, but a $100 discount brings it down to $199 for a Quest 3S right now. And that does include 12 months of Horizon Plus. You're going to have tons of games to play right out the gate with the library that you get with that. The 2 games they add every month free if you're paying for the membership. But if you have 12 months, I guess it technically is free. And it's nice to finally be covering a sale that didn't last only 24 hours and isn't already over. But if you're not a Costco member and you're wanting a different deal, Best Buy has a deal. The Quest 3S for $250, but that comes with a $50 Best Buy gift card, effectively bringing it down to that same $200 price. A month of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners VR game. Kind of a random bundle, but another $110 worth of stuff there. Black Friday deals are coming. We will be covering an entire video of those probably next week all across the board. There's tons of accessories out there that we like that are on sale, some headsets on sale, and hopefully the actual Quest 3 at some point will be on sale. It seems like they sell and give away these 3Ss like there's no tomorrow, but the Quest 3s themselves just don't get those deals. If you haven't kept up with the OLED, micro OLED, LCD debates that plague the VR industry, OLED is kind of known as the top best screen you can have in VR because with an OLED screen, every individual pixel can turn off, meaning that when there is a black scene, the screen can go dark or even sections of it can go dark, making for real immersion. It was an interesting thing because even in the early days with the Gear VR, I remember noticing how dark it could get because the phone screens were so high quality. And then as we got into all these newer modern ones, they have LCD screens, so you drop to a black screen and it's just a gray smeary mess. So even though these were early VR headsets with your phone stuck inside of, when it went dark, it felt like you were in a big dark room instead of just seeing a gray screen pulling out right in front of you. Well, now some of the high-end headsets do keep adding OLED back, or even micro OLED like in that PIMAX, but now TCL, known for their cheaper panels but still high quality ones, is showing off compact 2.5K RGB OLED panels for XR headsets, making a perfect midpoint between the cheap LCDs that are pretty much in everything right now or the very expensive micro OLED screens. But basically this is just more innovation that could lead to better, cheaper, higher quality headsets down the road, which is especially what we need, as it feels like the hardware keeps running up against our limitations and then upping the price. As so many headsets have shown us, there is a sweet spot where people are willing to pay for the headset and they aren't. I'm curious, what is that sweet spot for you? What would you pay for the Valve frame when it comes out? People are saying it's going to be under 1,000, people are saying it's going to be 800. What do you think? And another quick Black Friday deal to highlight, if you've been looking for Ray-Bans, the Meta Ray-Bans, the ones that I like and use all the time for music, camera, video, the Gen 1s are 20% off for Black Friday, or the prescription lenses for pretty much any, the Ray-Bans, the Oakleys, those are also 20% off, but not the actual Oakley glasses or the Gen 2 Meta Ray-Bans, and definitely not the new Meta Ray-Ban displays. I use my glasses a lot because when I travel, I love to be able to listen to music through them, but still hear if my airplane has an alert or something going on. They also take great POV video. I'll leave some links down in the descriptions to go check those out if you are looking for a pair of your own, but obviously we're trying to get a set of the new displays as well. Although even if those were 20% off, I'm still not positive I'd be recommending those this early in the game, but they're not 20% off. In fact, they're even really hard to get, as we already know. If you've been watching our socials closely, you might have noticed that something happened this week. We got to test something new. People from FitXR were out down here at the studio hanging out, and they brought with them a Galaxy XR headset, something I barely got to get my eyes in for a few hours, but I do have a first impressions for all of you. We have a lot going on, so it might be a minute on that video, but it's exciting to see what else is happening, how many companies are jumping into the space. Big names back like Samsung and Google XR. For now, I won't leave you with too much for that video, but I will say the headset headset, super clear, light, but some surprises about comfort and like what exactly the case use is for it. So we'll circle back on that one. We already mentioned to you before how Apple is now selling the PSVR 2 controllers with a dock for $250 if you want to use them with your Apple Vision Pro. And now with Black Friday going on, you get a PlayStation VR 2 full thing for $300. So you might as well get the headset too if you've been thinking about that. We were surprised by that high price with the PSVR 2 controllers in the dock. And now for just $50 more, you get the headset. You don't get the controller dock, I guess. So that is something to consider in that. But Black Friday sales, like I said, more and more are coming. We'll get you a full video next week on everything we find that we want to recommend to you out there. But with all that, I just want to say thank you once again for being here with me. We've taken this channel so far, so much going on. We've got some big trips coming up this next month, some exciting things in the VR industry. So we'll keep you posted on all that. But thank you, and I'll see you in another reality.